If you pressed on this video, you're probably fat. Listen, before you get offended, technically you said it because you pressed on the video called How to Go From Fat to Fit. So, as a fellow retired fatty baddie, I understand what it's like to be in your position. You've tried so many times to lose weight, but just a little tiny part of you doesn't really want to do it. But this time, you're locked in. You're not geeked, you're locked in. You want to have your dream body, whatever. You want to feel better, pray to God that that's your reasoning and not something vain. But can't lie, all of us have our little vain tendencies. No matter your reasons, you want to feel better, you want to look better, you want to basically feel better, you know what I mean? I'm going to tell you how to do it. It's much more simple than you think. A lot of people on social media like to play it up and make it seem like there's one key thing that you have to pay $40 million a month to get the answer for, but that's just not how it works, okay? There's 5 simple steps that I'm going to tell you that you can follow in order to go from fat to fit, okay? Yes, those are actually photos of me, okay? I'm a retired fatty baddie, like I said, so let's hop right into the steps. Step 1. Find your calorie deficit. Okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna teach you how to look this up. How to find it is completely free and way easier than you think, okay? I'm gonna use an example of myself, okay? I'm gonna go to Google and I'm gonna type in tdeecalculator.net. What you're gonna see is you're gonna see this page right here, total daily energy expenditure. What that means is it's going to tell you how many calories you burn in a day, and in general, you should be burning as many calories as you consume. To be in a calorie deficit, you have to burn more calories than you consume, which means you're eating less than you're burning. To be in a surplus, you'd be working out less than you're eating. You're eating more than you expend. So, if I'm a female, which I am, no matter what my comment section says, I'm gonna put in I'm 22, I know, unk. And then I'm gonna put that I'm 151 pounds, 5'2", and activity level. You have to gauge this off of how much you work out, yes, but also how much you do outside of the gym, right? So there's gonna be 4 options: light exercise, moderate exercise, heavy exercise, or athlete 2 times per day. So, or sedentary, so there's 5 options. Sedentary, it says office job in the quotations. That means that you don't work out, and the only thing that you do for movement is going to work. Then there's light exercise, which means you may have an office job, whatever, but you do work out 1 or 2 times a week. Then you have moderate exercise, which means you work out 3 to 5 times a week and you may have an office job. Or there's heavy exercise. You would put heavy exercise, that means that you have an active job and you work out 5 times a week. An athlete, that's when you're working out 2 times a day. You don't take a lot of rest days, maybe like every 2 weeks, and you're at like more professional level, right? So for myself, I would put moderate exercise because I don't tend to get my steps in. Body fat percentage actually helps a lot, but who knows our body fat percentage? Let's be for real. So calculate. Now it's going to pop up my maintenance calories, which is 2,167. Now that you've found your maintenance, you're going to subtract 2 to 500 depending on your goals. If you subtract 500, it's going to put you in a 3,500 deficit for the week. So 7 times 5, 35. And 1 pound of fat weighs 3,500 calories. So if you consistently eat 3,500 less calories week per week, you will burn 1 pound per week. So the less of a deficit that you're in, the less pounds you're gonna burn per week. You're gonna subtract that and find your daily calorie deficit, and then you're going to follow that deficit until you lose the amount of weight that you want to lose. That's step number 1, okay? Number 2 is to hit your protein goal consistently. Have you guys ever heard the term skinny fat? Well, that's what's gonna happen if you don't hit your protein, okay? Your muscles will not respond and grow to their fullest extent unless you are giving them protein. And the thing about your protein goal is when you're in a deficit, it actually has a range so that you can eat more protein than you would in a maintenance, because your muscles need more protein in order to gain muscle as you're losing weight, because it is possible to gain muscle as you're losing weight. You can aim for 0.5 to 2 grams of protein per pound of body weight while you're in a cutting phase. For me, right, if I were to do 1.5 grams of protein per pound of body weight, I would be at 225 grams of protein a day, okay? If I want to go a little bit easier on myself, I can do 150 grams. Or if I want to do 0.5 times 150, I'm at 75 grams of protein. Anywhere between 0.5 to 2 grams of protein per pound of body weight is going to work for you. It's so important to get your protein in because while you're losing weight, what satiates you, there's two things. Fiber satiates you and protein satiates you. A lot of people already tend to hit their fiber goals when they're losing weight because when you eat more high protein foods and lower calorie options like keto things and stuff like that, you end up eating more fiber. Fiber, it's about, for women, it's suggested like 30 grams, and I think for men, it's suggested like 40 grams. But if you get both of those things in daily, they'll satiate you and make you feel a lot less hungry. And the protein will also make your muscles fill out a little bit more so you won't have that skinny fat look, okay? Step 3, lift while you're losing weight, okay? You have a goal and you want to be muscle mommy instead of a milkshake mommy. Why do you think you're going to get those muscles from being on the cardio machines the entire time? Yes, cardio is good and you should be doing it, especially if you're losing weight. Everybody should be doing 30 minutes 3 times a week, okay? Because it helps your respiratory system and your heart. It helps everything in your body to be better, okay? It's especially important to lift while you're losing weight because if you want to look muscular when you lose that weight, you need to have muscle underneath. Some fat people have a lot of muscle underneath already, but if you want that look of looking full and healthy, when you get to the goal weight that you want to get to, you need to have muscle already. I know a lot of people online say stuff like, if you're losing weight, just do cardio. No, just do cardio. It doesn't matter what form of workout you do, yoga, Pilates, walking, treadmill, cardio, whatever, you can lose weight. Even if you did no workouts, you could lose weight. So I would suggest while you're losing weight to hit the weights at least 3 times a week. And in my personal opinion, try to hit every muscle group once a week, maybe even twice a week if you're feeling super up to it, but it's hard to take that jump. Step 4, don't put a time limit on your progress, okay? This one is super important, okay? If you start to say, well, I need to lose weight by this amount of time, that causes a huge margin for you to be disappointed, right? Because by this time, say you want to lose 20 pounds via vacation. That's completely understandable. I understand why people will have a goal like that. But if you don't, it's going to make you discouraged and it's going to make the chances of you sticking to your weight loss journey even less, right? I always used to put limits on all of my weight loss. Like next year, I want to weigh this much. By this time, I want to weigh this much. Like every single time that pressure just like on top of me and I decided to quit and give up because I thought I am never going to be able to do that. And weight loss is just going to take too long for me. If you need to lose weight, it doesn't matter when it happens. It just matters that it happens for your health, physically and mentally, okay? Stop putting crazy time limits on when you have to lose weight. You have to lose weight because you have to. Take it slow and understand that it's going to be different for everybody, okay? For me, it's taken almost 2 years to lose 80 pounds. Some people have lost 200 pounds in 2 years. That's just me, and that's how it is for me. And I'm okay with that. I don't need to lose 20 pounds by my birthday because there's not like when I pull up on my birthday and there's going to be a bouncer that's like, you're not 20 pounds less, you're not let in. Like, this is stupid. And number 5, the final step. Stick to it no matter what. Okay? The way that habits work is that every single time you don't stick to it, you're telling yourself subconsciously just a little bit that you don't care about your goals. Your goals are there and they're always going to be there. And no matter what, oh, well, I skipped today, but it doesn't really matter because I can just go tomorrow. Are you going to go tomorrow though? Because what happens when you say that again? Oh, okay, skip today, but I'll just go next week. Oh, skipped, but I'll go next month. I skipped, but I'll go next year. That's how you start to think, right? And then you start to think, I've skipped the gym so many times that I don't want to go anymore. Because you've compounded so many times these small little excuses for yourself that you have drilled into your brain that you are somebody who makes excuses instead of doing hard work. If you have every single capability to get to the gym and to hit your goals, do it. Yes, there's times it's not going to be available. The gym's going to be closed. You're going to be hanging out with family. It's Christmas, so you want treats. Yes, I understand those times. I'm not talking about those special times. I'm talking about your day-to-day basis. You're at work and somebody brings donuts. You don't need that donut. You know what I mean? That person's going to bring donuts every single day. Are you going to eat a donut every day? Maybe you are, okay? Because you can make donuts fit into your calorie deficit. And if you want to do that, power to you, okay? My point is, you need to be consistent and hit your stuff every day. And if you are consistent with it, progress will happen. But if you're not, progress is not going to happen for you. And you're going to think, why is nothing working? Maybe because you're consistent 3 days out of the week, every single week. You need to be consistent 5 days out of the week, every single week. And then maybe sometimes 1 day out of the week, you're inconsistent. And if you guys follow those 5 steps, I promise you will get you your goal. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys for the next one. Let me know if you have any ideas for videos you want me to make.